everyone, my name's Miranda, and today I am here to discuss the new episode of Scream Queens. And if you haven't seen the episode yet and don't want to be spoiled, come back after you've watched it because a whole lot of crap went down. So bye for now, non-spoilers. This was another really great outing by Scream Queens. I told you that last week's episode was probably my favorite of the season, but this week built upon it even more. And the main event of the episode was the return of Nick Jonas as Boone, who is running around in disguise where everyone thinks he's Joaquin Phoenix, but he spilled soup on the beard and the beard had to come off, and Chanel number 3 saw him and thought he was a ghost and she was being haunted. So he decided to play off with this because he's back for Zay Day. Yes, it turns out that Boone was just faking being gay. For some reason, I don't really know what the plan was that. He was the one that ended up kidnapping Zayday a few episodes ago, and his plan was to come back and seduce Zayday because he had feelings for her, I guess. Zayday was the one that said A, she doesn't believe in ghosts, and B, she noticed the fork mark on his hand from when she stabbed him from when he kidnapped her. So Grace and Chanel realized that Boone is back and he faked his own death, and they jumped to the only logical conclusion that he must be the killer and that's why he faked his own death. So the police put out a APB for him, and I learned what APB stands for. I've always heard it on TV shows, but now I know it means All Points Bulletin. I feel like overall this episode was just more pieces were starting to come together. Like, we're not really getting answers, but we're kind of getting pieces. Like, we're getting the corner pieces of the puzzle done. We're getting, like, the frame, the outline. We just don't know the details of how it looks right now. We just know what the plan is because Dean Munch told us, hilariously enough, that when all the other girls, and after the woman had died, the woman woke up and let out such a horrific scream that another baby expelled straight out of her, and this was the other baby we found out about in the previous episode, being the twins. And when we first found out about the twins, I was really worried that it was going to be Grace and Pete, but I feel like they don't look anything alike. Like, Pete is, like, clearly Spanish, and Grace is, like, one of the whitest girls you'll ever meet, speaking as one of the whitest girls you will ever meet. So I feel like they really can't be twins, but we learned now that Boone is one of the twins. He's the boy, so there is a girl somewhere who is his twin sister, and I feel like she is in Kappa Kappa house because in the beginning when Boone was on the phone, he said, "Have you talked to Zayday lately?" This would mean it would probably have to be Grace, which could make sense because her and Boone do look a little bit alike, but again, I just feel like making it Grace would be such a stretch. Like, you'd have to say she has, like, multiple personality disorders or something, or I don't know if she was just, like, trained from this from the start before she was sent to her father. And then you also have Chanel number 3, who I don't know. I really like her, and I think she definitely has the potential to be the killer, but why would she think she saw Boone's ghost if she knew he was still alive and stuff like that? And then there's Chanel number 5, who I'm growing more suspicious of by the minute because she was the one that was kind of like, we need to get out of here, we need to go, we're all going to get picked off one by one. And she left, and normally when you leave, you get killed, and she almost got killed, but she didn't, and the Red Devil let her get away, and this is the second time she has gotten away from the Red Devil, so it's starting to be a little suspicious to me that not only does she keep getting away from being killed, but she just seems to be, like, so overtly scared of the Red Devil and, like, be the rational one that's like, we're not going up to the room, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like maybe it's kind of trying to, like, detract us from her, and she's in the Kappa Kappa house, so obviously it would make sense, have you talked to Zayday? Only other ones could be Chanel or Hester, and I don't think it's Hester just because Hester is too, like, crazy creepy. Chanel, I don't know, because Chanel, like, was talking about her mom and her family and all that, so I feel like unless she's making that up and she's not really Chanel, maybe she, like, killed the real Chanel or something like that. I don't think it's going to be Chanel, so right now my money is on it either being number 5, right? Yes, number 5 or number 4, who I've heard a theory about. People think it could be Chanel number 4, who we haven't met yet, but I'm strongly leaning towards number 5 right now because I feel like she could be the twin sister and Boone could have been the brother. I really liked having Boone back. I feel like he was just so funny and he kind of really revitalized the series because I feel like it was slumping a little bit for me there a couple episodes back, but he was back and he was so funny with his whole charade trying to prove to people he was a ghost and saying that he needed to sleep with Zayday to get back, and he was back to his killing, obviously. He killed Earl Grey for trying to hook up with Zayday, and we knew that was him because we saw him take off the Red Devil costume, and it makes so much sense that Boone is Red Devil because Red Devil has those nice abs, and Nick Jonas has nice abs like that, so I don't even think those red abs are part of the costume anymore. I think it's just Nick Jonas. his abs just like mold into that. Definitely very interesting, like seeing someone actually be revealed as the Red Devil, like in the costume. Like that was a really wow moment, and I really, really enjoyed that. And I liked everything that was happening with Boone, which is kind of what made the last scene poopy because Boone was killed, and Boone was killed by his own sister. So clearly his sister is a psychopath, like even more so than Boone, because Boone likes killing people, but at least Boone like wanted a life outside of what Gigi and his sister were doing. Like they're just killing people. He wants love too. So Boone was redeemable at the end, and he was supposed to kill Gigi, but you knew the minute he kept talking about it and then the other person was just like sitting there like silent and not saying anything, you knew he was going to be the one to get it. And I almost think it would have been less predictable had Gigi actually been the one to get killed, because you knew from like right away that the Red Devil was going to kill Boone. So it wasn't that shocking to me in that scene, because you knew when they wanted you to think it was Gigi that it was going to be Boone. So then I was thinking it was Boone. So if it had been Gigi, it would have been more surprising, because I was thinking it was Boone when they wanted you to think it was Gigi, because it was so obvious that they wanted you to think it was Gigi. You got all that? And then the other news is we also have another killer on campus potentially in Chanel, because she pushed Hester down the stairs after Hester lied about being pregnant with Chad's baby and is trying to take Chad away from Chanel and all the future that Chanel could have with Chad and his money. And the only thing is, I don't know per se if Hester's dead, because like the stairs weren't that high. Like I feel like you don't die from that. Like she just fell like in a nice slow circle down the stairs. So I feel like she could be faking her death and then like coming back to get revenge on Chanel. I mean, I know you did hear like the neck crack or whatever, but she has a neck brace on, so clearly like her neck would have to stay straight. Like it couldn't crack if you had a brace on, because your brace would protect you. So I don't think she's really dead. If I had to put money on it, I think she's going to come back in some capacity. I don't think she's the twin, just because I think that's way too obvious, but I think she could come back to haunt Chanel in some fashion, and maybe if Chanel is the killer, she could go after Chanel and try to kill her, and then Chanel's like, try me bitch, I'm the killer, and like stabs her or something like that. That would be really cool. This just definitely brought up a new side to Chanel, because she has always been like iffy. Like she's been a really douchebag character, but she's one of those ones that could redeem herself, and now she's potentially killed someone, so this hints that maybe she's more comfortable with killing people than we initially thought. So I'm very excited to see where this is gonna go. We got some awesome clues, and the picture is starting to come together. It's Gigi, Boone, and a mysterious girl, his twin sister, who are plotting this revenge plan to take down Kappa because the mom was killed. We still don't know who the girl who took them was. That wasn't Gigi, because that looks nothing like Gigi, and if they try and make it Gigi, I'm not buying it. But I'm definitely really interested, and it says there's only 3 episodes left, which I thought there were supposed to be 15, but apparently now it's 12. So if you've seen the new episode, please feel free to leave your thoughts about it down below and who you think the killer is, now that we know it is definitely a girl and it is definitely a psychopath. And we all know the best psychopaths are the people who look the most normal in real life. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and want to see all sorts of new videos. Also comment down below about what you thought about the episode, and subscribe to my channel to be told to make all sorts of new videos. Thank you guys again all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye! Bye. Bye-bye.